Most beginner advice is designed to keep you stuck, confused, clicking, consuming, but not creating. Let's flip that script right now. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why you're feeling stuck and what to focus on this week for you to finally get some traction in your digital business. Hey, I'm Christy, and if your digital product dreams are big, but your brain up here is all scrambled and confused and overwhelmed, I totally get it. And that's why I made this space just for you. If you've ever felt like all that digital marketing advice is designed on purpose to confuse you, you're not wrong. I mean, that's how I felt for the longest time. And I'm talking about the kind of advice that tells you that you need 17 different tools to get started. And by the way, some of them are paid, or you need a full content calendar before you even have a product, or that you need to create your own personal branding when you don't even know what branding is, who you are in this space, or what your voice is. Or wait, you need to niche down. No. Don't niche down. Just be yourself. Edit. Don't edit. Here's my favorite one. You need to have presence on 23 different platforms all at once. And yes, even as a beginner, because you need exposure. The more exposure, the better. Are you overwhelmed yet? I know I am, just talking about it. Here's the truth. Most beginners' advice is designed to keep you in like some sort of a loop, never feeling good enough to actually do or start. So today, we're flipping that script. Are you ready? Because I'm going to show you why most of that advice hasn't helped you and how to finally break free and start building something real. And I want you to start building this week, not in 5 years, not when you're ready, not when you think you're good enough. So a lot of the digital marketing advice out there comes from people who have actually been doing this for years, who are already successful, who maybe have failed multiple times already, but got up and finally attained success. Oftentimes, these people have forgotten what it feels like to be beginners, to be in that confused space, to be in that overwhelmed mindset, drowning in all the noise and the sea of information out there. Yes, it's good that we have a lot of information readily available for us to consume, to learn, but it gets way too overwhelming and too confusing, and you don't know who to listen to anymore. And listen, I'm not saying their advice is necessarily bad. It works for them, but for beginners, come on, it's kind of like trying to run a marathon when you don't even know how to put your shoes on or tie the shoelace. How's that going to work for you? So I hear a lot of advice to build an email list. And yes, although I understand, I know an email list is great, it's a gold mine, but let's be real for a minute. How are you going to build an email list when you don't even have a product? You don't even have a freebie, or what they call a lead magnet. You need at least a lead magnet to build an email list. You don't even have clients. You don't even have eyes on you yet. You probably don't even have much of a loyal audience. How are they going to download your freebie? Say you have a freebie. They won't. Especially if you don't have the proper marketing skills, if you don't have the clear and proper messaging, how are you going to get through to your audience? That is, if you have an audience. And that's exactly why in my last video, when I was talking about how to promote your digital product, I mentioned growing an email list, but I said that this is not suggestible for beginners. I personally have not really started an email list yet. I started it in my mind. I'm thinking about it, but I'm not there yet. Okay, I think this is a little overwhelming, and you need to have a certain base of loyal audience. Let's just put it this way. Another thing we're being told is set up that funnel. And although again, a funnel is essential, hey, you haven't even figured out what problem you want to solve or to who. So what funnel? And again, my favorite, post on 23 different platforms at the same time, because the more people see you on all those different platforms, the more they're going to get to know, like, and trust you. The more exposure, the more potential clients. But let me ask you something. How are you supposed to keep up with all of that? How are you supposed to post on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok? Yes, I know we have all kinds of softwares that will take our long form content and break it down into short form so we can post it on YouTube and maybe even TikTok, Instagram, I don't know, maybe even Pinterest or whatever. And we also have AI. ChatGPT can help us with that, at least for the written posts. But let me ask you, do you really want to overwhelm yourself more when you're still a beginner, when you're still trying to figure things out? Listen, forget about being everywhere. Don't. I'm telling you, I did it. I was trying to post in a lot, not everywhere, but on multiple platforms at the same time. And I was just doing short form content. I tried doing on Instagram, on TikTok. I even tried on Facebook. That didn't work. It's too time consuming and you're wasting time a little bit on the wrong things. As a beginner, you need to spend the most amount of time developing your skills. You already learned what you should and shouldn't do, correct? Now you need to practice your skills and concentrate on one platform. One, for me, it's YouTube long form because that's what I love. Concentrate on one platform at the beginning for a while until you master that platform. Take it from someone who's done that. If you do too much at the beginning, you are going to get overwhelmed. You're not going to get good at anything, and you're going to feel like a loser. This isn't for me, and just give up because you get too drained before you even get to master anything. I still remember exactly what it feels like to be a complete beginner. You want to learn everything, and you want to learn everything at the same time because you want the process to go fast. It's like you wish there's some kind of a speed pill you can take. No, of course not. But you know what I mean, right? That it's gonna get you from point A to Z. You just want to start selling already. Come on, give me the good stuff. So you buy this course, and then this other course, and then you buy another course, hoping that it'll fill in the blanks of the previous course, or hoping that it's gonna give you that magic formula that you so desperately need. And when the courses don't do it for you, you got this brilliant idea of hiring a coach. You're doing it all wrong. So instead of the clarity that you so desperately need, you end up draining your bank account, your time, your energy, and you find yourself in even a bigger chaotic situation. Digital marketing, it's not just about strategy. It's easy to learn strategy. 1 + 1 = 2. But if you don't know how to get to 2, if you don't know how to get from point A to point B or point Z or point K, how do you get there? It's not enough to just know what to do. It's about what's going on in your mind. Because if up here it's not right, you won't get anywhere. No strategy will save you. And if you're anything like me, your inner dialogue up here, maybe even down here a little bit, might sound like, I want to build something real, something that helps people, but I don't want to look stupid online. What if I launch my product but no one buys? What if no one even downloads my freebie? Because I've already failed at what? I mean, I've had enough failures. What if I fail again? What if I'm not even cut out for this? Listen, that's not you being lazy or procrastinating. It's not even about lack of ambition. You do have ambition, and that's exactly why you're learning, and you want to keep doing research, and you want to learn more and more. You have a hunger for learning. But let me tell you, this is fear masquerading as research. That's your brain's instinctive way of protecting you from potential failure, more failure. And honestly, it makes sense when you think about it. Leave a comment. Let me know. What do you think? Have you experienced any of these thoughts or feelings? Are you going or have you gone through the same things? What have you done about it? And here's my favorite part of the journey. You finally decided to take courage and invest in yourself, in your education. So you went ahead and purchased the $97 course that ended up teaching you nothing. Then you've done the funnels, content calendars, batch creating or batch creation. Hey, you've even done the automations. And by far my favorite, coaching. Like I mentioned before, you're finally ready to hire your first coach. So go ahead and pay over $2,000 for a supposedly amazing coach that's going to finally give you clarity and help you get out of your confusion land. But guess what? After all of this, you're still just as confused as before, if not even more. But add to that drainage of your bank account, extreme frustration, feeling like you're a loser and good for nothing, and finally at a point where you're almost going to give up because you feel like you've tried everything, you've tried it all, everything they've advised you to do, and you're still stuck. Now what? Now, of course, you're tiptoeing. You're too scared to invest any more in yourself because sadly you've done all the wrong things too fast, or not necessarily the wrong things, but you've moved into things way too fast, consuming, learning, without giving yourself to actually do and learn from your mistakes rather than just learn from theory. Meanwhile, your confidence is gone, your ego has been bruised, and you're almost convinced that you're ready to move on. You have no more time to waste and no more patience or energy. But let me tell you, what you truly need at this point is something huge that starts with a C. You guessed it, clarity. You need clarity. For the longest time, I had zero clarity. I was just doing what I was being taught to do or what I was being told to do. But guess what? That was just making me, for some reason, more confused. You need clarity. Without clarity, you're going to get nowhere. So let me congratulate you, because at this point you've overdosed on information, but really, you haven't really had the chance to put to practice what you've learned, because that's where true learning begins. That's where mistakes begin, and that's where you start learning from your mistakes. You fall, get up, you fall, get up, and every time you fall and get up, you learn something new. This is what's actually going to help you get to where you want to be. And let me clarify something here. Clarity. You're not confused because you're dumb or because you're not good enough for this or because you haven't learned enough. You are confused because you've been handed 1,000 puzzle pieces, all coming from different boxes. Now, how are you going to do that? How will you put that puzzle together? Never. You can't. So that's not failure. That is what I'm calling right now fragmentation. You are being fragmented, split, divided into many different directions. What are you going to do about that? And let me tell you, if I've learned anything in the past 2 years in my online journey, crazy online journey, but don't regret a minute of it, clarity is not about information. It's about the right information in the right order, delivered to you in the right way that resonates with you and suitable for the stage of the journey that you're at. Now, do I need to say this again, or did you grasp that? I'm sure you grasp this. Remember this. It's all about learning the right thing at the right time that you need to learn, not someone else needs to learn. You. More personalized information or help. Time for another analogy. This is kind of like baking a cake. You're looking for a recipe to bake a cake. You need 4 ingredients, and then you go get 2 cups of sugar from one recipe, and then you find another recipe that tells you you need 2 sticks of butter, and then you find another recipe that tells you you need 4 eggs at room temperature, and then you find another recipe that is talking about how to bake a cake with almond flour, so you decide to replace regular flour with almond flour. Now put all those together, good luck, because every single ingredient in a recipe to bake a cake, a simple cake, must work together. I hope I didn't lose you with all my crazy analogies, but honestly, I feel like that's what it feels like to start a digital product business with all the mismatched advice. So no wonder you feel stuck. But here's the shift that you must have now, today, right after this video. So leave a comment, let me know, are you going to have a shift? Do you feel like you're at that point? Let me know how this video has helped you so far, and if you're enjoying it, so that I know if I should make more content like this, or if you don't care for it. The breakthrough doesn't come from consuming or learning more. It actually comes from doing, creating something small, focused, one step at a time. It comes from finding that product or that niche or that service that actually aligns with you. And that's where the hard work comes in. You need to know yourself. Sometimes you'll only discover your voice as you go along. Like me, I started off with one thing and now I'm doing something else because that was truly what I wanted to do, but I didn't have the courage to start off with it. So please stop asking, what strategy do I need to follow at this point? But rather, you need to ask this one very important question: what problem can I solve, and to whom? One problem only, and that's going to be your first digital product. Just make sure that it's an actual problem that people have or that people want to actually solve. Because if you create a digital product that might solve a problem, but people don't even care for it, people are not even asking to solve that problem, no one is going to buy. And that is when things are going to start clicking, resonating. Because you don't need a 27 email funnel system. You don't need to have a big team. You don't need to batch content for the next month or season. You don't even need a viral moment. You need that clarity before anything else. Clarity is what's going to build confidence, because clarity is going to push you to start creating, and that's going to build your confidence. Just me. Ask me. I've been there not long ago. All right. So I'm talking out of raw experience here. And I'm not gatekeeping, I'm not holding back anything. Confidence along with clarity are going to keep you going and keep you motivated. Now, if you're still stuck at what in the world do I even create as a first digital product, I got you, because I created something specifically for that, to solve that one specific problem. As a matter of fact, that was my first digital product that I created. It's something I wish I had access to when I was so overwhelmed and confused about what digital product do I even create that is going to be helpful, that people are going to want to buy, and that's going to resonate with me and align with the knowledge that I can share. It's going to help you focus on a problem that your niche or your audience might have, so that you can solve it by creating a digital product based on that problem. So go ahead and grab it. I'm leaving the link in the description and in the pinned comments. And if you grab it, come back here and let me know what you think of it. My starter kit is going to help give you clarity on what product to create, because that's something, if you don't know by now, I've struggled with for years. Because at some point you don't need just another course. You actually need something really simple that lays it out step by step. It's going to help solve that one problem that you have and take you to the next step, so that you can start already. Start doing, start creating your own product. If you're still here and you didn't get anything out of this video, I want you to get this. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be, because guess what? You're just a beginner. You're just starting. Because remember, clarity comes from doing. So start doing. Take one step. Take it today. More failure. Ow!